Historically, Reformed theology has given attention to both the transcendence and the immanence of God. Reformed standards, like the Westminster Confession of Faith, speak strongly about both the eternal transcendent decrees of God and the immanent providence of God. This historical balance in Reformed theology reflects the fact that the Bible describes God as both transcendent and immanent. In some passages, he is portrayed as lofty, distant, beyond and above everything. And in other passages, the Scriptures speak of him as immanent, close, and intimately involved with history, especially present with his people. Even so, when compared to other Christian traditions, the tendency of Reformed theology has been to emphasize the transcendence of God over his immanence. Other Christian traditions often stress divine attributes that are more readily associated with God's nearness, such as his kindness, his mercy, his love and tenderness, his patience, and his presence. Now, Reformed theology affirms these divine attributes, but it has tended to emphasize others that are more closely associated with transcendence, such as his eternality, his immutability, his sovereignty, his aseity or self-existence, his omnipotence, and his omnipresence. Listen, for instance, to the Westminster Shorter Catechism's characteristically Reformed definition of God. In response to question number 4, what is God? The Catechism answers this way: God is a spirit, infinite, eternal, and unchangeable in his being, wisdom, power, holiness, justice, goodness, and truth. This answer is true and in accordance with the Scriptures. But it obviously stresses God's transcendent qualities, those attributes that make him above and over all, rather than his immanence. Although an emphasis on the transcendence of God can be taken to extremes, a proper understanding of God's transcendence rightly undergirds many elements of Christian theology. Therefore, this tendency will guide these lessons in particular directions.